Hi Little Hawks, it's Tracy with your weekly energy and oracle reading for February 20th through 26th, 2017. So before we get to the reading, I like to usually just chat about a topic or touch back on the previous week. So this week I wanted to touch on about the winter that's been happening and give you some intuitive insight into how shift happens. Last week we spoke a bit about ascension symptoms, and they all can sort of flow together. Now, a way to know that a shift is happening in your own system is the ascension symptoms. A way to know that a shift is happening in your geographical area is to check out the weather systems. What has the weather been in the past season, in the past couple of weeks? So because we're in winter, I can talk about winter. So we've got a lot of snow in the Ottawa area this past winter, and it's been very funny. It's kind of done this, right? Because we got a lot of snow, and then we would get warm temperatures and it would melt. A lot of snow, warm temperatures, and then it would melt. But this last week we got dumped on, and as I know, so did the Maritimes and some northeastern parts, northwestern? Let me think, west, east, right? Northeastern parts of the States as well. And so when that happens and that much snow falls, you know there is a shift happening, because it will actually create a shift as well, right? Because all that snow that you're shoveling, and people just get fed up, right? So they become irritable, and then they become angry, and then they may actually speak about what's bothering them. And so as that irritability comes up, because sometimes and a lot of the times, I shouldn't say sometimes, we tend to eat our irritability. We tend to eat what is really bothering us. When I say eat it, I mean we don't express it. We just let it reside in the body somewhere, and sometimes that can create, right, I'll say illness or injury. So for someone who maybe is going through something in their life where they're unsure of their own life and what's going on, it might come in their head area. So a lot of head colds going on right now in Ottawa, I've noticed as well. So you want to check out those things. So in other words, so the snow will bring up the irritability. The irritability will lead to honesty. So the biggest one I go to, because it was prevalent in my life, was you might have husbands and wives who their relationships break down and they end up in separation and divorce, or relationships, whether it be with coworkers or boyfriends and girlfriends or partners, friendships break down because you can no longer put up with what's been going on. So that's how shifts happen. So they kind of transition you. It is a process. They transition you into a new space and location in your life. They will create it because you're just so fed up. So I know the Ottawa area is going through another shift, and I feel like we've been going through one for a very long time. You know, they kind of, I think Mother Nature has a plan, and she does this to shake it up, to make you wake up. I think these are part of the wake up calls, and that's how it's always come to me. And I was always noticing how, you know, these weather systems would show up. And when I say weather systems, I mean like in the summer, you know, all of a sudden the next day it's 10 degrees hotter, and you go on this, or you go on this 2-week heat streak. Then I know a shift is occurring. In the winter, you know, we get this crazy snow that occurs, or we get a very, very mild winter, which is completely unusual, right? Or you get a huge amount of rain pour that comes down. You get floodings that occurs, earthquakes. Think of all of natural disasters that occur. Flooding may cause, you know, mudslides. The rain will cause the floods. Snow as well. Too much snow will cause a lot of flooding in the spring with the spring thaws. So you have to see all those things. Then you know that one, to me, Mother Nature is waking you up. Wake up to your consciousness. There's more to life than materialism. and there is your soul involved in there, and life is not just about what you can acquire in life and about being the best at things. There's more to it, and there's a connectedness to it all. So I think that's what happens with all these shifts, and I could go on, and as you can see, we're 5 minutes in, so I apologize. Please don't burn by these when you come here, because there's so much great information here. At least I think it is, but maybe it's not your cup of tea. So anyways, okay, so enough about that. I did try to do vlogs on stuff like this, but they didn't seem to take off, so that's why I kind of put them in here for you. All right, well, let's go get Whitehawk and see what he has to say for the upcoming week of February 20th through 26th. Hello. Whitehawk comes very calmly, very serenely. He's on horseback, and she's a beautiful horse. Yeah, he has its cognac-colored horse that he's on this time, which is funny, actually. It's a change-up right now when you think about it, because he's usually on a white horse. So he comes on his beautiful cognac-colored horse, and he gets off of her, and he starts to draw in the dirt or the sand where he is. And I cannot see what it is that he's drawing, but I can sense that when he came calmly and serenely, that with that there was also a sense of sadness or disappointment, or he's down. So he stands up after having drawn in the sand, and he, wipes his hands off. And he says, honestly, today, I have to say, children, it's not really a day I feel like giving a reading. And I know that's unusual. And as he says that, he kind of walks to the back of his horse, and there's a saddlebag, and he flips open the flap, and he reaches in and pulls something out. And it seems like there's a bunch of paper, and it's kind of like he's flipping through all these papers. And he says, yeah, I just feel as though my coming here is useless, is wasted time. Leans up against his horse. I put so much time and effort into these, and I just feel as though, ouch, I feel as though the rest of you couldn't give, excuse me, spoiler here, not spoiler, profanity alert, a rat's ass about what I am doing. And so I am dismayed, and honestly, I kind of feel like I could wrap these up. I feel like more would come to me via other means. Yeah, it's like he's pissed. Disappointed, sad, all in the same time. I think that kind of all falls in the same range. And so like he's chewing on a piece of wheat. Like he's mad. That's why I keep like kind of going, whoa, when I see this. Because it's not often you see a Whitehawk mad like this, or giving up, or something like that. So he has the piece of wheat in his mouth, and he pulls it out, and he goes, "Yep, I don't think I could really give a rat's ass about coming back here, to be honest with you." And so he gets back up on his horse, and he turns around to go back the way he came from. And he said, "Honestly, children, I don't really care if I come back next week or not. I really don't. Perhaps it's on to other things in life, other metaphorical things in life." So, sayonara. And gives the horse the signal to go. So off he goes. Mm-hmm. All right, thank you. All right, so an unusual Whitehawk, not one that we're accustomed to seeing. Now, I've learned over the years with him, like that seemed like a really crazy kind of reading, right? Like he doesn't give a, rat's ass about coming back here. He's given up. So, check and see how that unfolds in your life this upcoming week, or if that is like, it could be through just yourself. That's how you feel. You just feel like quitting. It could be literal. Yeah, maybe Whitehawk does sort of give up, and maybe that's his way of saying to me, "Hey Trace, let's try a different outlet of some sort in doing things." I don't know. I'm going to see how that itself comes in the next week. And for me, it'll start right on the day that I've done the video, which today is Friday, February 17th. For you guys, it could happen the day you watch the video. So it could be the 20th, it could be the 19th, it could be the 26th, for all I know. Or when you watch it, you may go, "Oh yeah, that's already been happening," because the energy has already started. So you have to be very open and very aware of kind of energy as it goes on in your life, and what's been happening in your own life. Now, I know for myself, in my own life, certainly I'm wondering what new paths I am needing to take, to make my life better. So that could in itself be a reading for me in that way, and that's how it's coming across, is that, yeah, maybe it is time to try a new path of something. So look for it in your world. Don't worry about it, but look to see how it comes in your life. I think we're getting fed up with the way our life is going, and we're looking for change. So check and see. Remember how I said to you at the beginning of this video, how shift happens? That's exactly what it could be, right? What Whitehawk was doing right there. You just get into that mentality of, I don't give a bleeping ass about, or a rat. Yeah, rat's not the bad word. Oh, Tracy. I don't give a rat's bleep about this anymore. So just see how that happens. So there might be a few of us that are getting a little irritated. Anyways, we'll see you back here next week for the energy and oracle reading for that week. But join us on Google+, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter for some daily readings that happen on Monday and Thursday. But also, guys, if I can help you out personally, or a friend or family member, with a reading from Whitehawk, go to intuitivetracyroy.com. I'll put it here somewhere or in the description box. And, request a reading, a 15-minute reading, $30. There is a lot of information that can come out in 15 minutes, because this video itself was 15 minutes and you got a lot of information. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. God bless. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this.